Hello, it's Randi Rhodes. Here's a clip from our show, and go to randyrhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.
Mary had a little man.
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
The Senate, President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris can lead us out of this pandemic and invest in economic recovery. With the Senate, we can pass criminal justice reform and strengthen voting rights. With the Senate, we can invest in clean energy and save our environment and make investments in infrastructure. With the Senate, we can protect Roe v. Wade and the privacy of women's health care. Without the Senate, we can do none of those things. And that's why the stakes are so high in Georgia right now, and why I'm asking folks across the country to help us win these races and visit electjon.com to chip in $1 to help us get out the vote here.
All right, so that's John Ossoff, okay, and he is running against David Perdue, who's a criminal, and he called him out at the debate. Ossoff did. He called out Senator Perdue for ignoring COVID when he was briefed and decided to use that information not to protect Georgians or not to, make a stink about how we needed to do testing. We had to get tests out really fast to everybody so they could, know whether or not to isolate or could they continue to go to work, right? Anyway, that's John Ossoff. So John Ossoff is asking for $1, all right? Now, if you're in Georgia, everything is on the line here. I swear to God, paid family leave, SNAP benefits, access to health care, union jobs, clean energy, just everything, Social Security benefits, all this stuff is on the line. And it takes a Senate, as you know, because Mitch McConnell tables everything. So we get no progress. So if you live in Georgia, you can get involved from either knocking on doors to hosting an event at your house. You can attend rallies. You can keep campaign staffers housed. But there is an organization in Georgia called Outvote. And that helps Georgians who support Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff to get their friends and their families to the polls. You can also start using the hashtag #WhyI'mVotingWarnock. And that's not limited to Georgia. That we can all do so that all Americans can have all of our issues at least considered by the United States Senate. The Georgia Democratic Party is also looking for volunteers. They need poll monitors. They need ballot processing monitors. You see how hard a job this really is. Now that you have seen the live stream in the count rooms of these people who are processing, and now they have to go back in Georgia. They're going to do a hand recount of every single piece of paper. Every single piece of paper. So they need poll workers for the January 5th runoff. Fair Fight, Stacey Abrams Voter Participation, Education, and Rights Organization. They're also looking for local volunteers in Georgia for similar tasks. Now, if you're outside of Georgia, there's plenty for us to do. I will use my social media, which is not, I don't have 1 million followers. I have about 60,000 followers, something like that. But I will use whatever I have to amplify this race, the importance of it, why we need to pay attention, and how we can help from out of state to support winning the Senate for all Americans. Okay, so use your social media. Rapid response. There's a rapid response team that the Warnock campaign has. And if you go to Warnock's website, you'll see the rapid response team. They will give you the content, and you can amplify that content on your social media. John Ossoff is running daily phone banks. You can participate in them virtually no matter where you live. Now, maybe yesterday you heard me talking to my friend Robin in Harlem. She's involved in the Georgia Postcard Project. Now, that is a grassroots initiative, okay? And what you do is you write postcards to registered Democrats in Georgia. And you can get this information from either of the campaigns. And you just send a little postcard with January 5th on it, and you underline the importance of voting in these runoff races for Democrats. You can even just bullet point like what is on the ballot, like expanding health care, cancel billions of dollars in student loan debt, holding bad apples in law enforcement accountable, social justice, whatever you could bullet point it on a little postcard and drop it in the mail. Okay. There are plenty of places to donate. Okay. You can directly donate to John Ossoff, elect John, right? Jon. You can donate to the Warnock campaign. You can donate to Georgia Democrats. Georgia Stand Up is another place you can give $1. Fair Fight. And there are a number of organizations on the ground that will work to get out that vote on January 5th. So if you're able to donate, some of the organizations that could use financial support are Asian Americans Advancing Justice Atlanta. They will be mobilizing voters, and they will protect voting rights. Black Voters Matter Fund, virtual and in-person volunteer opportunities there. The New Georgia Project, they register and mobilize, and they can still get new voters. They can still register and mobilize young voters. Sister Song, that's an Atlanta-based women of color reproductive justice collective. They're organizing women of color, trans women, and other marginalized women to run for various offices. And then there's always the good old-fashioned way. There's merch, okay? There's merchandise, right? You just can't wear this to the polls. You can't wear political gear to the polls. But no matter where you live, you can support Warnock and Ossoff by buying their official campaign T-shirts or bumper stickers or whatever. There is an Atlanta-based marketer named Sarah Price. And she started... This is such a good slogan. Warnock, your Ossoff. Okay. And she's selling Warnock, your Ossoff merchandise. And she started as soon as it was clear that there was going to be a runoff. And 100% of the proceeds from all the sales of Warnock, your Ossoff T-shirts, sweatshirts, yard signs are split 50-50 for each of the two campaigns. And they will also refer you directly to Fair Fight to support the campaigns in any additional capacity that you might want to. So there are ways to do this from within Georgia, obviously, and ways to do it from without. And it's very important because the Senate is going to determine how successful the presidency, the incoming, is going to be. Now, we could have another repeat of the last years of Obama where the Senate just, blocked, the word I want to use, blocked everything. You could have another, Mitch McConnell Senate where nothing gets done except for packing courts. That's all they care about. Or you can have a Senate that actually talks about and does something for working people. All working people. Because when you get a $15 an hour minimum wage, which, by the way, Biden can do through an executive order for federal employees, but not for the rest of us. But if you got a $15 minimum wage, as the law in the United States of America, it wouldn't be just for Democrats. It would be for all working Americans. Go to RandiRhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.